Now, I have to mention something terribly important in reference to the Holocaust. When I first arrived, naturally the minute they heard me talk and have the accent, people inquired where I come from and so forth. So I very naively would try to tell some of the happenings of the Holocaust. And many times people kind of very gently stopped me with the following remarks. Well, you know, we had it pretty bad here in America. We had the recession, and then we had rationing, and our boys were sent to the military, and we had it very hard, and we lost our boys and so forth. So I said, yes, I understand, and then I literally shut up, because people at that time could not comprehend the difference, the major difference between the two sufferings. So interestingly, a few years back, I met some other survivors, and the identical remarks were given to me in reference to American people, Holocaust, etc. So we were quiet, and we remained quiet until about 1977. 1978, in the village of Skokie, where I live, a young neo-Nazi party was forming in Chicago, and they decided, since Skokie had one of the largest Holocaust survivor population, they would come into the city and march and praise their leader. So at that time we had in Skokie a very famous, very wonderful Catholic mayor. And through legal channels he was able to keep these Nazis out of town. The survivors united. We went to the village hall plaza and we demonstrated, and we said never again, and we really meant the word never again. And a lot of people came out from the woodwork, shall we say, and a group of very dedicated people decided that something has to be done. We can no longer be silent. Evidently, it's not enough. So a group of them formed, and in 1981, they erected this museum, and literally doing work in their basements, and making stamps, and handwriting letters, and mimeographing documents. You know, there are no such advanced machinery as we have today. And they formed a museum. And if that's not enough, in the early 1990s, they went to Springfield, where our legislators are, and they requested that Holocaust training should be given to every school child in Illinois. So now it's mandatory, excuse me, it's mandatory to teach Holocaust studies in Illinois. So that is a tremendous achievement.
Did you talk with other survivors about what you all had been through, or?
Well, after the war, you see, you have to keep something in mind. You come to a new world. There is your culture shock. There is a trying to make a living, to support yourself. You marry, you start to raise a family, keeping a family together, and try not to live in the past. So you don't talk about your stuff to your family constantly, that, oh, I was here and I was there, and you just try to take a positive outlook and go forward and hope that you raise good children and that you're a good wife and you keep your religion and live as normal a life as you possibly can. So as far as with the survivors in those days, I had a group of friends, some of us who settled in Chicago, we were together. So to this day we get together and we will talk about everything else. We'll talk about the grandchildren and current events and so forth. But in about 20 minutes, inevitably, we end up talking about the past. So you see, you really cannot forget.